Good morning. I'm Victoria Savage, Nurse Savage on your side, your wisdom guided oracle. And we're having coffee with my beautiful Braveheart mug that I got in India, Kentucky, actually, a few years ago. Good morning. It is a holiday, so many of you might not be on today. And the message is more of the whimsical bent. And thus, I've got more whimsical about me this morning. Uh, Many of the angels are here, but we've got dragons and fairies and trees. Oh my. The trees are going to start, and these are the Celtic Tree Oracle cards. And the Newen Ash is the tree that wants to offer us some guidance today. And this is an overall encompassing of this more playful aspect. But the Newen Ash is all about you accessing your magic, your inner knowing, your higher wisdom. As above, so below. The trees, their roots go out just about as far out as do their leaves. And so they're like a mirror from top to bottom. And that's how we are. The higher power is ours to have within us here and to work with and to allow our angels, our guides, our companions, the fairies, the energy of the dragons to come in. It is all, remember, just different energies. It's not evil. It's not anti-God, anti-Christ. It actually envelops and enhances the walk you have with whatever you call your higher power. And again, they don't care. It is truly up to us what we call them. But the calling of them with that saying, I'm open, I'm willing, I'm ready, guide me, is huge and powerful in the process because it gives them access, gives them permission. So the Newen Ash wants you to remember that you are magic AF, you are powerful AF, and you can be playful in the process and access what Mother Nature has to offer as well. Get outside, even if it's stormy today, breathe in some of that beautiful air that the earth has to offer, some of the cleaner air that we can find outside in most places. I realize not all of you live in places with air that gets cleaned regularly, but do your best. Get your feet on the grass, get your fingers in the dirt. It's becoming that time of year, spring, when all the seeding can happen. So the playful. Yesterday, I went to a drum circle, which I haven't gone to since this summer, and they're having it at least once a month, and the opportunity for other drum circles. But because I live a ways from there, I kind of meter out how many times I go what we call over the hill here, because I don't want to keep polluting any more than I am. And yet I feel this is very little impetus to move over the hill where there are lots of people in a densely populated area. So I digress. I'm not sure what that came up for, but let's look at the energies today, which is more playful, which is incorporating all aspects of who we are. And the fairy taleist, the one who invents stories, that makes things up. This is really what you want to do with your dreams, your desires. Your goal is really create that fairy tale aspect within you, that what if it could be true? And invent in your mind the truth of it, the truth of when it is in your field in a more concrete way than just your mind. But the fairy taleist is that inventive creativeness, that childlike wonder that we all have. And that's really what the angels, guides, companions, fairies, and dragons are good to bring to us. Our more whimsical, lighthearted. We can get very caught up in this work to unfold our path, to become more fulfilled for our purpose. But play is just as equally important, the creative play. I started to say I went over the hill to a drumming circle. And this specific one was in honor of a friend and a member of our tribe in this area who lost her daughter to suicide 2 weeks ago. And when she came in, she said to me, yesterday was pretty good. This morning I woke up, I could hardly breathe. There was so much pressure on my chest, which is, it's heartbreak. And easy enough to see that. And I came into the circle with some energy that I'd been working to rid myself of for a couple of days, which was very critical energy, very negative energy, not high vibe. And it was like nothing was really working. And so we started drumming. And my focus, because your focus is your superpower. I can tell you that right now. I'm not the one who invented that saying. Paul Levy, maybe? I can't remember. But your focus is your superpower, because that is your energy focusing on the things in life that you want and that you desire, that you choose to bring in. And so being vibration during a fair amount of that drumming, and at times we were really drumming hard to let go of energies, and I put it against my chest wall, which is healing, to receive those vibrations. And I just kept choosing to release this difficult energy that was inside me. Wasn't pleasant to be living with, wasn't real high vibe or whimsical to walk with. And so that play, the drumming and drums, and we had all kinds of instruments, and it was just so fun. And several people, we, did not know one another. But when you're done, there's a connection and the release through that vibrational toning of these energies. And my friend went, oh my gosh, I can breathe again. And she has had so much work on her done by our tribe, her own work. It would be so much harder for her to get through this without this constant release of energy. And that's what play can do for us. That's what getting whimsical can do. If you're in very heavy energy and just things don't seem to be working, or you may be in a holding pattern, or you're in a relationship that you need to end, needs to end, and you don't know how to do it, or you don't want to do it, get playful. Release the seriousness. Don't take yourself so seriously. And bring in the artist, that creative aspect. My husband doesn't know it yet. I have a beautiful drum that I bought for him, which I knew he wouldn't use at the time, but I knew he would also think it was very cool. I'm going to ask him to make me a drum frame, which he can, and then I'm going to create a drum out of bleached buffalo calf hide, because the white buffalo has come in very strongly in its energy over the last few years for me. And again, just the other day, out of the blue, someone that pointed out, you've got this white buffalo there with you and a unicorn. Did not know the unicorn was there, but I had been working on something too a lot, and the unicorn is there to help me be a little more whimsical about that. But embracing the creative aspect of everything that we are is not just fun, but it's healthy. Creativity is that feminine energy in flow, and it's not for anybody else. It is for you to do yourself. It is what you choose as a creative aspect. Can be cooking. That is a very creative aspect for me. Eating is not such a creative aspect for me, or I haven't given it that type of playful energy. And so I don't utilize the cooking as much, because being fluffy has been an energy that I have traveled with my entire life. And so it has a lot of unyet healed energy around it. So I don't get to cook as much as I would like to cook and invent and create and serve people with it, all of that. But I do choose other forms of artistry that I can enter into. And then the next fairy card or dragon card is Sanctuary. You really want to find one for yourself. You want to create one. You can't see, I have feathers in the back of my head. And then my feather earrings. Yesterday I wore more feathers in the front, but truly they drove me crazy. So it's not something I would wear on a daily basis. But these feathers in the back of my head presented themselves to me in a walk in the foothills the other day. And I looked at them and I thought, it seems to me it was probably a hawk that was done away with, maybe a pheasant. But I didn't collect them. I went ahead and went on my walking. And then a few days later, after the rain, I remember thinking about the feathers and going, oh, they're probably going to be in bad shape. Anyway, I went walking with my dog again. It was a very high vibe walk, very clearing walk, which the truth is, often to start a walk, I don't really want to. I could just rather sit in my chair, but Jack needs it. And so do I. So I got out there and there were those feathers again. So I gathered them all up and I've got clumps of them that are just gorgeous that I will wear in my hair throughout the next, because I like to play dress up, because I love the gift that was left by that bird that was chosen as someone else's meal. And I'm going to honor their spirit. I'm going to honor the universe for giving it to me. And I'm going to bring into me that more Mother Earth healing energy. That walk is a created sanctuary for me. There's a tree I sit next to when I'm up there and do some stretching, do some thinking. And my office here, I've created a sanctuary. You might only have a drawer that you can create as your sanctuary. Put your crystals in there, put a candle that you can light when you open it, put feathers, put whatever floats your boat in there. Your cards, your understandings, pieces of paper you've written on, a pendulum, whatever that looks like. If that's all the space you have, use that. It is magic to have a sanctuary, to use a specific area for a specific thing that is healing you, growing you, and choosing you. The fairy card that came up today, and this is quite interesting because it's a spiritual teacher. This is a twofold card. One is there is someone that you want to bring more fully into your field as a spiritual teacher, because you are a spiritual teacher. That is in your path this lifetime. And it's time to really begin to unfold. So look for someone you resonate with and find a way to work with them. If you resonate with me, I suggest you consider the retreat in May. That is going to be powerful AF. I can't even begin to tell you how powerful that week's going to be. And it's going to be life-changing for every single person that comes. This isn't ego. This is what God, creator, the universe, the central sun does when we gather together. And I'm bringing that healer in from Ireland for extra flavor, different flavors. She's amazing. She's powerful. She's going to work with each one of you beforehand and have a picture of who you are. She works with our Akashic records. It is going to be a week full of transformation and elevation. So if you're that cycle breaker in your family, if you are at a change point in your life, you really want to consider this, because you are a spiritual teacher. And I wanted to get the author, I think this is Doreen Virtue. Yeah. I wanted to get her take on this spiritual teacher. And this reading part is not in the book that she created. So there is just that I was given that it was a twofold meaning. You are one, and you need to find one to help you unfold into the truth of your power, your gifts. I am going to be holding an online class here in the next few weeks called Basic Psychic Development. It's just tools to guide you in your journey of unfolding and expanding on your gifts. We all have them. And so learning to do that with other people and experiencing the power you have within is incredible. So be looking for that. It's going to be very affordable. It's going to be just a launching point for many of you. And this is very specific for some of us out there. You've heard the old saying, very much health related, but it is also spiritually grounded. Garbage in, garbage out. We want to start considering dietary changes. And I'm not saying you need to be vegan. I'm not saying you need to be, I was going to say veterinarian, vegetarian, or that you need to be keto, or this is more probably a process of elimination of a few things that will cloud your energy field. cleaner eating. And again, we can't make these huge life-changing shifts and expect it to stay. What we can do is remove a few of the things that really aren't helpful. Soda pop is one of them that you might want to consider deleting completely, because number one, it's got refined sugar, which there's zero need for, and diet ones are almost worse for what they do in our body. But the overall aspect of soda pop is really, really detrimental in our bodies. So that's just one thing. Replace it with some kombucha tea, some just soda water, some water with lemon in it, water with cucumber in it, water with strawberries infused in it. And if you're going to infuse your water, you leave them in for a couple hours and you take that stuff out because they'll get kind of gross afterwards. But water is another thing that is incredibly, I think I'm going to repeat that because it looked like I broke up. Water is incredibly powerful for working within us the changes. And that's going to be some information in that basic psychic development course. And there's going to be some really fun, surprising things that we're going to do together that are going to bring us together more deeply, more fully, and really help us all to expand more into the truth of who we are. And once again, I do have to say this because this retreat is going to be outrageous for growth, for expansion, for healing those things that keep standing in your way, healing yourself from the traumas you've suffered in this lifetime, from PTSD, from CPTSD, from the traumas you brought in your ancestral history, and from traumas you suffered in your past life that are creating blocks to you right now. These are the things that are going to happen in that retreat. So I will put the link in the description so you can check it out yourself. If there are difficulties for you in this, give me a message, call me, whatever, and we'll see what we can do together. I think I froze completely now. So if you have any problems accessing information or you want more information personally, give me a call and we'll talk. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a wonderful day this holiday. I'm Victoria Savage, Nurse Savage on your side, your wisdom guided oracle. Until we meet again. Everything is delayed today. Well, as I'm trying to end this stream, I'm assuming I'm still live. So I hope you're going to do something whimsical and fun today. You're going to allow yourself some strength, some time out, some compassion for yourself. That's the other thing, the new in ash. That the new in ash brings forward. Be interesting to see what's actually at the end of this video. The new in ash talks about compassion, and one of the greatest ends of compassion we can have is self-compassion.